What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today I'm going to talk some football. We'll talk about Deshaun Watson, because a lot of people, the offseason has came and free agency period has started, and it's starting to die down. Most of the free agents, the big name free agents, are off the table, and still some deals still going here or there. And a lot of people were upset, myself included, with how the free agency period was starting and the lackluster moves that the Texans made up until the signing of the Honey Badger. Like I said before he was signed and after he was signed, that it didn't make up for the lackluster, for the money that we had and the space that we had. It doesn't make up for the lackluster offseason or free agency period, just the signing of Honey Badger by himself, because the money that you did have, you could have done more with it. But, people talking about we had to shore up the offensive line, and we did a decent job of putting an offensive lineman in place. But a lot of them are question marks. A lot of them, if player X stays healthy, if he does this, he has the potential to do that type stuff. So it's really most off of potential, which is mostly what the draft is. And also us not having a first or second round pick puts us in an even bigger bind. But some other offseason things have transpired, and it got me wondering. And a question was asked to me from a comment: have you forgot about Deshaun Watson? I'm like, no. Why would you ask that? He said, with the way y'all been acting, it's like y'all forgot about Deshaun Watson. And it had me thinking: have we been a little bit too critical of Brian Gaines? I know I say Gaines, but a lot of people be correcting me and say it's Gain, whatever. Either way, y'all know who I'm talking about. Don't correct me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, I'm just playing. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I ain't tripping. But if we've forgotten about Deshaun Watson, no, we ain't forgot about Deshaun Watson. Like I said before, and I said this in the video, just because Deshaun Watson and Hop can make an elite offense doesn't mean you should not worry about the defense and be like, okay, Hop and Watson got it, we good. No. If you have the ability, the capability to do up that defense, you do that. You make that defense a stronger unit. You don't want to put your quarterback in your offense at expense and tire them out, making them score, forcing them to put up 34-point games. I mean, if they put up 34-point games, cool. But that doesn't need to be a necessity. They should be able to relax and have a 20-point win. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to win. They put up 20, the game should be over. Because the defense could shut them down. That defense is not allowing more than 15, 20, not allowing more than 17 points. And you putting up 24, you good. They shouldn't have to put up 30 and 40 points. Because I don't want to be in a situation that you putting up 40 points and you still losing. That should never happen. It should never happen that you scoring. It's never happened that your quarterback is putting up 400 yards in the air, 50 yards rushing. What was it? 5 touchdowns? 4 touchdowns? Because it was 2 to Will Fuller, 1 to... 4 touchdowns. And you still losing. It should never happen like it happened in Seattle. It should never happen. That's how I'm thinking. But, we've worked out Lamar Jackson. People are like, what does this mean? Does it mean that we after Lamar Jackson? One, I don't feel Lamar Jackson's going to fall all the way to the third round. I mean, I don't think he's going to fall to the third round. I'm going to just put this out here. This is me. This is my thinking. I'm not a source. It's just me, what I'm thinking. Don't be surprised if this happens. If the Browns, with the first pick, take Barkley, the Jets take offensive lineman. I mean, not the Jets. The Giants take offensive lineman. The Jets take the first quarterback and Darnold. And the Browns, with that 4th pick, traded to the Buffalo Bills for the 12th pick, and the Bills still have the 22nd pick. Trade for the 12th and the 22nd pick, and the Bills take either Rosen or Allen. I don't know. They'll take either Allen or Rosen. Josh Rosen and Josh Allen. Whichever one they like the most. They'll take one of those two. And then whoever is not there, whoever is taken from Rose and Allen, Denver takes the next one. And with the 22nd, I don't know Cleveland do the 12th pick, but the 22nd pick, the Browns take Lamar Jackson. I said this in the chat. Me and some of the guys was having a conversation in the chat, and I told them, don't be surprised if that happened, because they already have Tyrod Taylor, and that means they can sit up there. I mean, you got the offensive line. I mean, you got Jarvis Landry. You got Flash. The reports are, as of right now, it's not a done deal, but as of right now, they're close to, as of my recording, they're close to signing EJ Gaines, who y'all know that's who I wanted for the Texans to get. But I kind of figured that they would out of the EJ Gaines race when they had their press conference last week with the guys that they brought in before they brought in Honey Badger. I thought they were done for agency then. That's what Honey Badger did, was actually a shock, because I thought they were done for agency. That's another reason why I was pissed off. I just thought they were just done. I just thought they was cool. And to be honest, they really were done. If it wasn't for JJ, Honey Badger wouldn't be a Texan right now. Let's be real. Let's be honest with ourselves. But they going to sit up there and let Lamar Jackson get raised by Tyrod Taylor for a year or two. Remember, Tyrod Taylor is basically the black Alex Smith. He don't turn the ball over. He's like just like Alex Smith. Alex Smith is mobile. He has athletic capabilities. Remember, he almost won the Heisman. He was the truth in Utah. He almost won the Heisman. He will sit behind him, learn how to turn the ball over, and then a year or two from there, possibly even could be this year, just depending on how the Cleveland Browns season roll will happen. Lamar Jackson's take over and be a starting quarterback. I've seen mock drafts saying that Lamar Jackson going to Buffalo. Lamar Jackson not going to Buffalo, because if Buffalo was to draft Lamar Jackson, they would never trade Tyrod Taylor. They don't want a mobile quarterback like that. They want a pure pocket pass. That's why they want Rose or Allen. Because the Bills want either Rose or Allen. They don't want Baker Mayfield. They want either Rose and Allen. And that's the reason why they're going to try to move up to that 4th pick. I'm just telling you that right now. Now, I could be completely 100% wrong. I'm just putting it out there right here, right now. Just so y'all know. But back about the Texans and bring it back full circle to Lamar Jackson. This is more so of the Texans doing their due diligence. Just in case something happened in the future and Lamar Jackson's a free agent in the future, they can always go back on this film, on their private workout. Also, if a scenario that I do not want to happen, because this scenario would frighten me a little bit. Not so much because the Jacksonville has gotten rid of their weapons, but if he gets drafted by the Jags, that way you can use some of this private workout to add on to the film study. Like if some of his bad habits, some of his tendencies to give off a play. Or if he's going to throw the ball deep, he double clutches or he double passes. So things like that. I don't know if that's what he does. I'm just putting it out there as scenarios. And they can always go back to these private workouts. So teams do that. They do that. They go to they do private workouts just in case a player might end up in a division, or a player might end up in years later in a free agency period. They can always go back on other things. They got a little extra. They're a little extra scouting. Not just the normal basic scouting. They have a little extra, a little cheat sheet, basically. That's why teams do that. Also, what it also does tell me is that they are very, 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 very interested in having a backup quarterback with the same skill set. I've heard some people say something about, or maybe the Texans not trusting Deshaun Watson injury, and that's the reason why they... No, that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. The only way that happens is if the Texans would trade up into the draft to get Lamar Jackson. And if they did that, that would be the worst decision they could possibly ever do, because you already gave up assets in this past draft to get Deshaun Watson. You're going to give up future assets to get another. That's the type of moves that set your franchise back 4 to 5 years, 6 to 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are the type of discretions that set your franchise back 10 years plus. So, no, that's completely out of the question. And if that happened, Bob McNair, you could tell Bob McNair don't care about football, because then Bob McNair should walk down and fire Game and Bill O'Brien at the same time right there on national TV during the draft. If that type of shit happened. But we know that's not gonna happen. So there's no even real reason to talk about that. But back to what I was saying, that they're looking for a quarterback with a special type of skill set to match Deshaun Watson, because you can't go from Deshaun Watson and something happened and you got to put a statue back there in Tom Savage. I'm just using Tom Savage as an example because Tom Savage is gone. Or you need a quarterback with a type of skill set. That's why I'm a big fan of bringing in RG3 to be your backup quarterback. I mean, I know RG3 has an injury history himself and all that type of stuff, but he's a backup quarterback. If you worry about your backup quarterback injuries, you're in a much worse situation. If your backup quarterback is getting hurt too, along with your starter, you're in deep water anyway. I'm saying, if you got a result to get into your third string quarterback, you're not winning that many football games. I don't care who your third string quarterback is. If you that far in the injury pool, you're really not doing nothing right now. That's just being honest. Now, we've been in that situation, now as Texan fans, we've been in that situation 4 or 5 quarterbacks a season. This is dating back all the way. I mean, we talk about Bill O'Brien, but this is dating back to 2011 when you lost Matt Schaub, and then the next week, Matt Leinart gets hurt at halftime. And then we throw in TJ Jakes. Don't forget, the last game of the season, TJ had a concussion, and they had to put not Dan Lasky, but used to quarterback for the Panthers. He led the Panthers to the Super Bowl. It's gonna bother me. Hold up. Jake Delhomme. Sorry, no, because it was bothering me, so I had to go find out his name, because it was going to bother me the rest of this video until I found his name. But yeah, Jake Delhomme. We had to throw in Jake Delhomme that last game against the Titans because Yates got hurt. So we've been in that situation back then, all the way to back then. Even though Schaub had injury history back in his day too. But so we've been in that type of situation before. Now, that season we had a good defense. We were able to persevere through it. Same thing in 2015, 2011, 2014. No, we still won 9 games, but 15 at least we made the playoffs and things like that. But we've been in those type of situations before. So if you got to date back to your third string quarterback, it's going to be a bad situation because if you're dealing with that type of injuries. So don't be too much worried about your backup and your third string quarterback having an injury history. But what you do need to know is that you need to make sure that your backup quarterback can run the same offense that your starter can. Because you can't have a statue back there trying to run a read option. You can't do that. You need to continue to run the same. They have the same skill set, the same type of arm strength. They ain't gotta be a carbon copy. Ain't gotta be an exact match because you're not gonna get an exact match of Deshaun Watson. But if you get somebody who's capable of running Deshaun's system, you're capable of getting them to run the same system. Then the perfect backup is Kaepernick. But we've already been down that road. We've already been down that train, and we already know how that's not going to happen because we have an owner who's more worried about politics than winning football games. And there's a lot of owners out there because Reed still can't get a job as a safety. And now he's coming out here saying that he's going to not kneel if he gets signed. And it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. That should not dictate your political beliefs, the things you want to do off the field as far as, as being a good Samaritan and the good deeds that you're doing off the field. Because you're not committing crimes. Should not keep you from getting the job. But those are conversations for another day because, those are conversations for another video because some people don't want to hear that type of stuff. What I mean by certain people don't want to hear that type of stuff is that you can tell them till you blue in the face and they don't want to care. They one end not the other. It's like me telling this wall turn green or turn black or turn red or turn blue. It's not going to do it. It's going to stay the same color as a wall. Some people have that type of thinking. They don't care what you're saying. So you can't reach everybody. Which, hey, to each his own. But it's a damn shame that he has to come out there and say that. And I hope he gets signed. And I hope he still kneels. Because that shouldn't matter. If you're a good football player, you're a good football player. And Kaepernick said Ben had a job, but should have had a job in Houston. Soon as Deshaun, like Nick said, soon as Deshaun Watson became starting quarterback, he should have got signed. But to answer the question, no, we have not forgot about Deshaun Watson. And like I've said before, numerous, because as long as you give me 4, 10, and 15, I think you can win 10, 11 games. That's being real. Because as long as he's out there on that offense, I have no fear that he can score a touchdown. So as long as he's on that offense, I think that we can score on that drive. And as long as you feel like that, that means you're going to be in position to win the football game. But we need to do better and put better pieces around him. Because of the salary cap space we had and the lack of first and second round draft picks that we have, I did more focus on the free agency period. As far as, looking up numbers and who's available and what person is matched here and what person goes here. I mean, Hearns got released, and I was hoping that maybe we could probably bring him in, but it reported he just got picked up by the Cowboys and stuff like that. So I don't know what that's gonna mean about Dez Bryant though. But hey, we will see. But I'm going to start breaking down draft people. Like I said, the little takes I gave you about the Browns and the Bills and stuff, that's just off the head freestyling type stuff. I'm gonna do a little bit more in-depth draft review of targets, who I think the Texans should target, who I think Texans will target. I'm gonna do a little bit more in-depth and look at the stuff like that. And drop more videos. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, clicked that bell, get my videos, I holla.